Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another Mrdoctorwhofan13's video, and today I have a bit of an extra special video for you guys, as today I am going to be showing you my top 10 Doctor Who stories out of all time, out of all the ones that I own. Now, obviously I'm going to be buying more DVDs, and also new episodes are made every year, so this list is bound to change after a while, but for now, these are my personal top 10 favourite Doctor Who stories ever. So, yeah. So how this list is going to work, I'm going to so what I did when I made this list is I tried to make I did try to put in a story with every single Doctor, with the exception of Paul McGann, because he's only done one. That wasn't that good. So that wasn't good enough to make it in the top 10, obviously. But anyway, now I was tempted to make a top 11 because there was one story that I was thinking of putting into this list, but I decided, you know what, because I'm going to be doing some honourable mentions at the end, that can go towards the honourable mentions. So. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin this list. So, taking the number 10 spot is Remembrance of the Daleks, starring Sylvester McCoy. Sorry, you can't see it very well. I'm going to just close the blinds a little bit. Yeah, that's a bit better. Yeah, that'll be enough, I think. But, yeah, so Remembrance of the Daleks. Wow. The best Dalek story in ages, I'd say. Now, obviously, Revelation of the Daleks was a great story, but Remembrance of the Daleks, in my opinion, just topped it in so many ways. I mean, you had Daleks actually acting like Daleks for the first time in forever. You had the return of Davros, and he wasn't dominating anything, unlike his previous stories. In fact, he didn't come in until episode 4, I think. Well, that's when he was revealed as the Emperor of Daleks, yeah. And also, this was a great way to open the 25th season, returning to the Coal Hill School and 72 Totter's Lane from An Unearthly Child. Those two look just returning to the place where it all began is a great way to celebrate the 25th anniversary of Doctor Who. It's a great way to start the 25th anniversary season, so yeah, so Remembrance of the Daleks is absolutely brilliant. I'd recommend it to any Whovian. Final score 8 and 9, I don't know. You know, I'm not going to give these stories a rating because they're all worthy of 10 out of 10. So you know what? Let's just put that aside for now. I've said all I can think of. So yeah. So moving on to number 9. Now, just to warn you now, there are a few Dalek stories in this list, of course, because the Daleks are awesome. But anyway, so these next two stories coming up are going to be Dalek stories, but don't worry, when we get to the number 7 spot, there won't be a Dalek story, another Dalek story for a while, and I don't think, yeah, there won't be for a while, so, yeah, but anyway, so moving on to the number 9, taking the number 9 spot is The Dalek Invasion of Earth, starring William Hartnell. Now, sorry. This is a great, great story. Now, the reason this is absolutely brilliant is because, well, you have the return of the Daleks for the first time since the Daleks. This is their second appearance in Doctor Who. And it's just, the story is great. Now, the plan really isn't that good. I mean, drilling to Earth, the centre of the Earth, I mean, that's a pretty dumb plan. And it doesn't make any sense. But the rest of the story definitely makes up for it. I mean, you've got loads of action going on. Like, you've got loads of action going on, like, the Daleks keeping prisoners. I mean, and also, there's some parts where the humans sort of find new ways to Daleks. It's just great. But the one thing that bumps this episode up a notch is that it features the departure of the first ever departure of a Doctor Who companion. And the first person the Doctor says goodbye to is his granddaughter, Susan Foreman. It was just such a sad goodbye. I mean, she was a great addition, and she ended up with a selfish bastard, to be honest. Yeah, Davey, I think, was a bit of a selfish bastard, but you know what? It was just a sad goodbye, and it really touched me, I think, the first time I watched it. And also, it features the famous "One day I shall come back" speech. So, yeah. So, that is absolutely brilliant. The Dalek invasion of Earth, great story. If you haven't seen this and you're a Doctor Who fan, or if you haven't seen this and you call yourself a Doctor Who fan, what is wrong with you? Yes, it took me forever to see it, but I've finally seen it, and it's absolutely brilliant. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. It's absolutely brilliant. Great story. Great one to start out with as well, actually. All these stories are great ones to start out with. Taking the number 8 spot is another Dalek story, like I said before. But don't worry, this is the last one we're going to have for quite a while. So, yes. Taking the number 8 spot is Bad Wolf and the Parting of the Ways. My favourite Christopher Eccleston story. I also forgot to mention Remembrance of the Daleks is my favourite Sylvester McCoy story, and Dark Invasion of Earth, but is my favourite William Hartnell story. But yeah. So anyway, Battle from the Parting of the Ways, starring Christopher Eccleston and Billy Piper. Wow, this was just epic. I mean, it sort of featured like a Stephen Moffat plot that we have these days. Did series 1 with the words Bad Wolf following them. I mean, yeah, that was a start, and it wasn't as as complex as Moffat's plots in series 5 or series 6. But the thing is, Bad Wolf and the Parting of the Ways, it featured a great return for the Daleks. I mean, yeah, they made their return in Dalek, but there was just a lot more of them in this episode, and the cliffhanger for Bad Wolf was one of the best cliffhangers in Doctor Who history. It was absolutely brilliant. It was just epic, with all the Daleks just crying out exterminate for the Doctor. It's just, oh my god, it feels epic. And also, despite the fact that I don't like Rose, the fact that the Doctor risks his life to save her is just, well, I'd let her die, to be honest, but because of how bitchy she is, but it really shows that he cares for human life, and it really shows in this episode why the human beings are the Doctor's favourite species. So, yeah. But that is a great story, is Battle from the Parting of the Ways. Features the second and so far final appearance of the Emperor Dalek, who hasn't been in Doctor Who at this point since Evil of the Daleks back in 1967, which is absolutely great. So, yeah, that's probably going to be that for Battle from the Parting of the Ways. It's a great story. If you're a Doctor Who fan and you haven't seen it, what is wrong with you? If you're you're a bit sceptical on the modern series and you're really into the classic series, this is one of the the brilliant gems to come out of the modern series. It's absolutely brilliant. Great story. Alright, so, taking the number 7 spot for the first time is actually not a Dalek story this time. So, yeah. So, taking the number 7 spot is one of my favourite stories of all time. This was just absolutely brilliant, absolutely great. The Trial of a Time Lord Mind Warp, starring Colin Baker. I can't describe this. It featured the That was a fail. But anyway, it featured the return of the Sinister Sill. It featured the departure of Perry, probably the most attractive companion in Doctor history. Words can't describe this. It is great. The Trial of a Time Lord Mind Warp. Now, despite the fact that Sill, in my opinion at least, was not as threatening in this story as he was in Vengeance on Varos, it's still a great, great watch. It's just, you have to see this. I mean, sure, the Trial of a Time Lord series is a bit meh, but the absolutely... I mean, sure, we had the Mysterious Planet, which was, you know, meh. It was okay. Terror of the Vervoids, which was an absolute disaster. And the Ultimate Foe, which was a great end. And also, to come out of that, we had Mind Warp, which was just... This is how the rest of Trial of a Time Lord should have been. The trial sections were very, very, you know, sort of scary. I mean, they were in, like, the Mysterious Planet and Terror of the Vervoids, but in this one, it's just... Oh my god. The Valiard was is most threatening in this one. And also, it's just... I really, really enjoyed Mind Warp. It's absolutely brilliant. If you're a Whovian and you didn't like Trial, and you know, you're not sure about Trial of Time Lord, I'd say get the box set just for Mind Warp. Mind Warp is great. And also, I'd recommend the Ultimate Foe as well. So, yeah. I wouldn't recommend the Mysterious Planet, though, unless you're a huge hardcore fan. Same with Terror of the Vervoids. In fact, Terror of the Vervoids wasn't that good. So, yes. Alright. Now, taking the number 6 spot. Number 6 is in fact, of course, actually, sorry, whatever you want to say, the Pandorica Opens and the Big Bang, starring Matt Smith and Karen Gillan. Now, unfortunately, there is no, you know, sort of like DVD exclusive cover to go with this story. So for now, I'm just going to use the complete box set cover. But yeah, I'm just going to use, you know, just show the series that's from. If there's any sort of like modern stories that I have with incomplete series boxes, I'm just going to show the complete series boxes. You know what? With this next one, it's also from a complete series box set. I'm just going to show the disc because the villain from the episode is on the disc. So, you know what? Anyway. So, I'm getting off topic here. But anyway, the Pandorica Opens and the Big Bang. Matt Smith at his finest. This is his greatest... This is his finest hour, people. I mean... My god, the Pandorica Opens and the Big Bang was an absolute joy to watch. It was just so freaking epic. I mean, yeah, I was slightly disappointed with the Big Bang when I first watched it, to be honest, because it sort of didn't answer any of the plot holes from the Pandorica Opens, but you know what? The plot holes in the Pandorica Opens don't really matter when you think about it, because the Big Bang explains other plot holes from Series 5, which is just like, Stephen Moffat, you genius. And there's all sorts of hidden stuff in there as well. It's just absolutely great to watch, and it's a brilliant story. I mean, if you're really not sure, if you really don't think that the series is in good hands with like Stephen Moffat and Matt Smith and Karen Gillan and Arthur Darvill and Alex Kingston, everyone now, well, Karen Gillan and Arthur Darvill have left. But if you don't think the series is in very good hands with like Matt Smith and Stephen Moffat now, give the Pandorica Opens and the Big Bang a watch or a rewatch, depending on whether you've seen it or not. It is a great story. It is a brilliant story. It's just very good. I love it. And also, hang on a minute, just give me a second. Taking the number 6 spot. Is it? No, it's 5. At number 5, we have... Oh. Yep, sorry. But anyway, taking the number 5 spot, we have Blink, starring David Tennant and Freema Agyeman. And yes, I'm going to zoom in here so you can see the disc out more clearly there. Because this is from the complete third series, but the reason I'm showing the disc is because it has the villain from the episode on, so yeah. But Blink. This is Steven Moffat's best episode. It is absolutely brilliant. It is just so great, so fun to watch. Blink it literally scared me the first time I watched it. There are moments that made me jump and moments that, sort of made my heart race. I mean, Blink was just a great watch, and still is to this day. No other Weeping Angel story, not even The Time of Angels Flesh and Stone, not even The Angels Take Manhattan could top the greatness that was Blink. This is the best episode that Steven Moffat has written thus far. And again, if you don't think that the series is in good hands with him now, along with Matt Smith, well, if you just don't think that the series is in good hands now with Steven Moffat in general, give Blink a rewatch, and you'll remember how great he was whenever he wrote that story. This Blink is just indescribable. It's the best modern Doctor Who story ever. It's David Tennant's best. It's just absolutely brilliant. It's great. Can't be a Doctor Who fan without watching that one. It is absolutely brilliant. Well, you can't be a modern Doctor Who fan without watching that one. So yeah, hang on just a minute, and we'll get to number 4 in a minute. Yeah, I know, I forgot to mention, we've reached the top 5, people. Yeah, but yeah, sorry, I forgot to mention that. But, people, we have reached the top 5. Yay. So, yeah, so, at number 4, we have Doctor Who, The Caves of Androzani, starring Peter Davison. Now, in fact, you know what? Nah, never mind. But now, I know a lot of people are going to hate on me for this, because I didn't put The Caves of Androzani at number 1. Okay, The Caves of Androzani is not my number 1 Doctor Who story. It is my number 4 Doctor Who story. But it is still absolutely epic and brilliant. It's just a great watch. I mean, seriously, like the Bad Wolf and the Parting of the Ways, you have the Doctor sacrificing himself for a human, and it's just, it really connects with the audience. Shows a Doctor how much it shows how much a Doctor cares for human life, and also the dark themes in this episode. It was just absolutely brilliant. Robert Holmes, you are a genius. Now, this is definitely the best episode that Robert Holmes has written, and the best episode that Graham Harper directed. This was just an absolute joy to watch. I mean, seriously, if you call yourself a Doctor Who fan, and you haven't seen what is said to be the best Doctor Who story ever, The Caves of Androzani, what is wrong with you? Get out there and buy it and watch it. You know what? Buy Revisitations 1 if you have to. Can't find the single Caves of Androzani anywhere? Buy the special edition from Visitations 1. It's absolutely brilliant. You have to watch it. The Caves of Androzani is great. Absolutely great. I'm not going to say any more for spoiler alert, but I will say that it is Peter Davison's final episode, and it's not really my favourite Davison story. Yeah, that should indicate that we have another one coming up, but whatever. So, at number 3, we have the classic Tom Baker story, his best, Genesis of the Daleks, starring Tom Baker. Really? You did not think that I was going that I was going to make a top 10 Doctor Who stories list and not put this one on. You're stupid. Now I know, again, a lot of people are going to hate on me for not putting this at number 1 like they did, like they're going to with the Caves of Androzani. But it's just, this is great. I mean, you have the creation of the Daleks, the debut of Davros, who would later become one of Doctor Who's most popular villains ever. It's just, oh my god. Genesis of the Daleks is indescribable. Yeah. I'm not going to say anything. Yeah. Nothing at all. You need to watch it. Michael Wisher is the Davros. There's no one who's been better than him. Not Julian, what's his name? That one who played him in Stone Earth and Journey's End. Not even Terry Malloy. Not even Michael Goodison. David Goodison, sorry. Not even David Goodison could. None of those other three actors could top Michael Wisher as Davros. He's absolutely brilliant. The Davros. If Michael Wisher can't play Davros, nobody can. I mean, you know, I'm just not going to say anything about him. He's absolutely brilliant. Okay, at number 2 we have. Yes, this is the other Peter Davison story I mentioned. Mawdryn Undead. Now, a lot of you are probably wondering why I put this on the list and why I put it so high, even higher than the Caves of Androzani, so to speak. Well, let me explain my reasoning. Peter Grimwade, who wrote this story, wrote a terrible story. Time Flight. That was crap. But then he redeemed himself with an absolutely brilliant, just a joy to watch story. Mawdryn Undead. You have the return of the Brigadier, who was originally intending to feature the return of Ian Chesterton, but the Brigadier is a great substitute. You have the debut of Turlough, who would become probably one of the Doctor Who's most infamous and whiniest companions, but I don't care about that. And you have the great concept of time travel, and also Mawdryn doing bad things because he's desperate for death. He just wants to die. It's just like, I love this story. You have to watch it. It's great. It's absolutely great. Sure, Terminus was absolutely crap, and Enlightenment was pretty good. So I would recommend the Black Guardian trilogy, mostly for Mawdryn Undead and Enlightenment. So yeah, Mawdryn Undead. I cannot say anything else about it. Okay, so now we are almost very near to the number 1, people. But before I reveal the number 1 Doctor Who story, I am going to have to. First, I'm going to just go through a quick recap of the top 10. So, number 10, Remembrance of the Daleks. Number 9, the Dalek Invasion of Earth. Number 8, Bad Wolf and the Parting of the Ways. Number 7, Number 7, The Trial of a Time Lord Mind Warp. Number 6, The Pandorica Opens on a Big Bang. Number 5, just give me a minute. Number 5, Blink. Sorry, I know this is taking a while. Number 3. Number 5. Number 4. The Caves of Androzani. Number 3. Genesis of the Daleks. And number 2, Mordrin Undead. And now, for the number 1 Doctor Who story of all time. You're going to... I know a lot of people are going to hate on me for this, but my number 1 Doctor Who story of all time has to be Love and Monsters. Just kidding, people. Love and Monsters was absolutely terrible. I would not be that insane to pick that for the number 1 Doctor Who story ever. Had you fooled there, didn't I? I mean, really. Why would anyone put Love and Monsters at number 1? It's absolutely terrible. But anyway, I'm getting off topic now. So, the real number 1 Doctor Who story, in my opinion, of all time, is definitely The Sea Devil, starring Jon Pertwee. Sea Devils. Do I even have to explain why it's so great? Okay. Well, let's see. You have the return of the Master. For the first time since the Daemons, I think. For the first time since the Daemons. You have the debut of the Silurians' brothers. Or, really, friends, sorry. The Sea Devils. Of course, it's in the title. You have the Doctor, Jon Pertwee and Katie Manning at their best in this story. You just have a brilliant supporting cast. It's just indescribable. The Sea Devils is my favourite Doctor Who story of all time. And no matter how much this list changes, this is probably always going to be my number 1 Doctor Who story ever made. It's just great. I recommend the Beneath the Surface box set just for this. Well, and Doctor and the Silurians and Warriors of the Deep, but mostly for this. The Sea Devils. Brilliant story. Absolutely brilliant. It is absolutely great. Words can't describe it. So, anyway. So, that is my top 10 list of Doctor Who, best Doctor Who stories, people. I hope you enjoyed this. Honourable mentions. Now, I do have quite a few honourable mentions here. Honourable mentions go to The Invasion, The Tomb of the Cybermen. Sorry, I got those in the wrong order. Right. So, honourable mentions go to The Tomb of the Cybermen, The Invasion. Sorry, got those in the wrong order. Anyway, The Ark in Space. Revenge of the Cybermen, an underrated gem. The Pirate Planet, very entertaining. The Invasion of Time, another underrated gem. Got those in the wrong order as well. Oh well, I'm not going to rectify that now. Logopolis, great end to the Tom Baker era. Earthshock, just another excellent Cybermen story. Attack of the Cybermen, same reason as Earthshock. Vengeance on Varos, absolutely brilliant, debut of Syl. Revelation of the Daleks, words can't describe. Battlefield, just absolutely brilliant. Final story for the Brigadier. Dalek, great return of the Daleks. The Nth Child and the Doctor's Answers, just pure brilliance. Sorry guys. Wow, that was a fail. Sorry about that. The Next Doctor. Just a great Christmas special with a great return of the Cybermen. And finally, don't worry, it's coming up. The Doctor's Wife, excellent, excellent, excellent. Again, it's from Series 6, yes. So, those are the honourable mentions, people. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to tell me your top 10 favourite Doctor Who stories, then feel free to either post a comment about the list or post a response video. I will be interested to see what your top 10 favourite Doctor Who stories are. But for now, this is Mr. Doctor.Whofan13 saying word out. And join next time for what should be my New Beginnings review. Now, that is coming late. It's probably either going to be up later today or... I don't know. Maybe I'll do it on Wednesday. See ya.